Hey, what's up, you guys? Dumbfan0599 here again, and we are here for the 600 subscriber live Q&A. It is here. Holy crap, I can't believe we're already here for the 600 subscriber live Q&A, and it should be a lot of fun. Of course, I love doing these Q&As and everything. All of these Q&As are great to do and stuff like that. And we're here to do the 600 subscribers. So we got a ton of questions to answer here tonight on this Q&A, and it should be fun. It should be a fun Q&A, and we shall all have a good time. So I'm gonna say what's up to some people in the chat real quick. We have of course my good buddy Jerome the boy himself. We got Sammy, we got Atkinson Super, we got the Jose Crick, we got my boy MC Deadpool, we got Owen Buckner. Oh man, we got a lot of people here in the live chat. Holy crap, we got a lot of people in the live chat. And yeah, are you gonna do anything special for 666? Yes, we're gonna avenge the devil. Yes, that's what we're gonna do when we get to 666. Yeah, here we go. So we shall I don't think we shall waste any more time. We should get right into the questions. And here we go. Our first question comes from Trell Bellringer. I believe that's how you say he or she's last name. And he or she asks, will you review every single season of Power Rangers in honor of its 25th anniversary? No. Why? Now, I would love to do that, but there are a ton of Power Rangers seasons. I've got no time to review every single one, but I might review one or two, maybe. But yeah, maybe further down the line, maybe I might review Power Rangers season and stuff like that, but I'm not going to review every single one this year in honor of its 25th anniversary, although it would be cool. I might do some Power Rangers videos here and there for the 25th anniversary, but I don't think I'll be able to review all, how many seasons has that been? There's been a ton, but I won't be able to do that. There's just no way I will be able to review all the seasons. Could you do a ranking video? Now, a ranking video would be pretty cool. Now, I could actually maybe do that. Maybe a ranking video could be actually really solid. I would actually might do that. I'll actually put that in consideration. Alkinson Super, thank you for that. So that was his only question that he had for me. So let's see here. I'm going to do all these single questions first. All the just questions that one person just asked. Okay, so a good subscriber of mine, Metal Horror Pack, a.k.a. Justin's Movies / Games. That's what he used to call himself. So here we go. So he asks, have you played the new God of War yet? No, I have not. But I would love to play the new God of War. I heard it's great. I am a fan of the series. I do enjoy the first 2-3 games a lot. And, I've been anticipating this 4th game for a while now. Like I said, I do enjoy the series as a whole. So hopefully soon I will be able to play the 4th one, because I have heard the 4th one is really great and is something to behold. So hopefully, luckily, in the near future, I do get to play it. So yeah, so there is that. There's that. That was his only question he had. All right, let's see. Is that it for all the single questions? Let's see here. I'm just double checking real quick before we move on. Yeah, that's it. That's all the single questions we have. That's still the people that only asked one question for me. Now let's get into the ones that people asked multiple. And we're going to start off with I don't know. The review guy. He asked a total of 3-minute warning. 3 questions. So here we go. His 3 questions are, here's the first one. If you had an origin show of how your channel started and what made you start YouTube, and what would you do, and would you do a short film? Okay, if he's asking what I do an origin story of how my YouTube channel was created, I was a little bit confused about the question at first, but he's basically asking what I do an origin story of how my YouTube channel was created. No, not really, because it's kind of boring. It was just like one day I just I decided to do one really, and from here on out, we're here doing the shindig. And yeah, basically, honestly, that's really the origin story of this. I just decided I'm going to just do movie reviews on YouTube, and now we're here doing it. So, yeah, and we got some fighting going on in the comments, but not like actual fighting. We're fighting over who's the president. I am the president, you people, okay? I am the president, okay? I am President 99, you people, okay? I am the president. So forget all of you. I am the president, President 99, okay? Moving on. Second question. Have you seen the original 1950s, The Fly? No, I have not. But funny story about that. My grandma went to see the 1950s original Fly in theaters, and she said she was scared helpless at it. So that's a pretty funny story. But no, the only one I've seen is the one with Jeff Goldblum, directed by David Cronenberg, I believe that's who directed it. He directed it. I really like that movie a lot. I think it's a very creepy movie. Jeff Goldblum is very creepy in it, and the makeup effects on it are really, really creepy as well. So yeah, but I have not seen the original. I would love to see the original at some point, but I've only seen the remake starring Jeff Goldblum, directed by David Cronenberg. So yeah, that's what. So yeah, I have not seen the original Fly. Andrew asked, "Why am I so handsome?" Well, you are the most handsome movie reviewer on YouTube. Remember that. All right. And his last question was, do you plan to do a Throwback Thursday on any film from the 90s, 80s, etc.? Well, I do a segment called Boy, You've Seen Nothing, where I kind of do that. I do like throwback reviews to like old movies and stuff like that. So that's basically, I guess, yes, because I do basically do that on my YouTube channel every once a month. I do the whole, Boy, You've Seen Nothing and whatever. So that's basically me doing like a throwback review and whatever and stuff like that. So yeah, there's that. All right, so that was all of his questions. Thank you, sir, for the questions. I appreciate it. All right, so on to the next set of questions. Who is going to be next? And we're going to do next. Let's do Mr. Sir Ty Jensen. Let's do him. He's got 3 questions as well. All right, he asks, have you seen any movie twice in the cinema? That's his first question. Yes, I have. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I saw that actually twice in theaters. Once with my mom, and I saw it again with my grandma the second time because she really wanted to see it. So I saw it again, and I loved it both times, and it was cool because I don't think I've really done that. I don't think I've really seen a movie twice in theaters. So that's really the only time I ever saw a movie like twice in theaters and stuff like that. But yeah, I did see it twice in theaters, and it was a cool experience. Going to see the movie twice in theaters and stuff like that. And yeah, so Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I did see twice in theaters. Alrighty. Question number 2. You prefer Marvel or DC? Actually, I don't prefer one over the other. I think both franchises have their own greatness to them. Honestly, I really do. Like, it's a tie for me with them because just both of them offer so many great things. Like, some of them have some of the greatest superheroes to ever exist on the face of the planet. Some great movies, some great TV shows, video games, comics, etc. Just both franchises have their own great uniqueness to them, and I really can't choose one over the other, honestly. And lastly, have you played The Simpsons Hit and Run? That game is awesome. Okay, that is one of my favorite games of all time. I love that game so much. I was addicted to it as a kid, and I haven't played it in a while, but man, is that game good. Man, that game is great. I love that game so much. Like I said, probably one of my all-time favorite games, The Simpsons Hit and Run. It is such a game. It's basically The Simpsons in GTA. It's almost exactly like that, and it's pretty awesome. I do quite love that game a lot, and it's easily one of my personal favorite games of all time. And yeah, I do enjoy the game quite a lot, honestly. So yeah, there's that. All right, and that was Sir Ty Jensen's questions. Thank you, sir, for the questions. Let's see what's going on in the live chat here. Let's see. Oh man, chaos in the chat as usual. Oh my lord. Oh boy. All right, so we got some chaos in the chat as usual. Could have expected that. Who shall we do next? Who shall we do next? I'm quite curious. So who shall we do next? I'm looking through the questions here. Let's see here. You know what? Since he is in the live chat right now, let's go ahead and let's do my boy MC Deadpool. My boy, you in here? You in here right now? We're gonna do your questions next, sir. So here we go. All right. So question number 1: which Disney Channel and Nickelodeon characters is God? Patrick Star. Patrick Star is our Lord and Savior. We must accept that. Patrick Star is our Lord and Savior. This man is a genius. He is the reason we are here on Earth. He is the biggest, dummy on the face of the planet, but he's also the smartest dummy on the face of the planet. He knows what he's talking about. Yes, he is our Lord and Savior. And in terms of Disney Channel, I don't know. I'll go with Esteban from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I'll go with him because Esteban is a very interesting man. Esteban with the million last names. Let's go with him as our God. Let's talk about let's go with him as our God with Disney Channel. So yeah. Sexiest man, Chris Pratt or Ryan Reynolds. Both men are very sexy, if I do say so myself. So I would say probably by a slight margin, Chris Pratt. All right, between Wizards on Deck with Hannah Montana and This So Sweet Life of Hannah Montana, which crossover, which is better from what you remember? I think I enjoyed the On Deck one a little bit more. I thought that was a little bit better of a crossover and stuff like that. But I enjoyed both equally, but I would say slightly the On Deck one. Who's an actor you would love to see make a comeback? For me, it would be Seann William Scott and Eddie Murphy. Those are two great choices. For me, an actor I would love to see make a comeback. Who's like an actor that hasn't been really like one that I love very dearly, like isn't like doing too well right now. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Like I would like to see who's the guy that like you know what? I always had a soft spot for the guy. I would like to see Brendan Fraser try to make a comeback. I've always had a soft spot for the guy. He isn't the world's greatest actor or anything, but I've always had a soft spot for him because I enjoyed him in the Mummy movies and stuff like that. And yeah, I think I hear he is in that new show on FX, which I hear he is really good in. So yeah, I would have to check that out because he's the dude I would like to see make a comeback. Because like I said, he's not the world's greatest actor or anything, but you know what? The dude, I've always had a soft spot for him. So I would probably go with him. Mike Myers is another good choice. That's another good choice I would go with too, because Mike Myers, yeah, he kind of needs a comeback. I'm just looking through the live chat real quick here. All right. Next question. What movies made you cry? There's a couple. Actually, I'll say this: Toy Story 3, Marley and Me, and The Shape of Water. Those are like the three I can pick out that like really made me cry, honestly. But all three for different reasons. But those are probably the ones that did, make a tear go down my eyes and stuff like that. So yeah, those are probably the ones I would go with. Oh, and Schindler's List. Schindler's List is another one too. So there's those four. What movies are you shocked that are turning 10 years old this year? There's a lot. Like, of course, you got The Dark Knight, which is probably the biggest one that's turning 10 years old this year. You got The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, Kung Fu Panda, Tropic Thunder. What else? High School Musical 3 senior year. You got a lot of things that are turning 10 years old for this year for movies, man. It's shocking that 2008 was already 10 years ago. I feel like 2008 was just yesterday. Like, really did feel like just yesterday it was 2008, honestly. So, yeah, the fact that we're 2008, where it's already like 10 years old. Yeah. Gran Torino. Yeah, that's turning 10 years old as well. Madagascar 2, and Caden and Jerome's favorite movie of all time, The Hottie and the Naughty. Yes, that's also turning 10 years old. WALL-E is as well. WALL-E, yeah, that's turning 10 years old as well. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of movies that are turning 10 years old, you know, that I wouldn't say 2008. Come on, I want to say it wasn't the worst year for movies. Come on, we had like stuff like The Dark Knight, The Incredible Hulk, Kung Fu Panda, Tropic Thunder. Come on, you know, come on, man. So yeah. Question number 7 is Peter from Deadpool 2 gonna save the world? Absolutely. This man is a god amongst men, and he is going to save us all. He is God amongst men, and he will save all of us. He will save you. He will save me. He will save the person in aisle 13. He's gonna save everybody because he is God. Okay, who's an actor you would want to see in the MCU? Come on, Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson. I don't care what role it is. Like, I want to see Liam Neeson in an MCU movie. This guy needs to be in an MCU movie at some point. Like, he really does. I would love to see my boy Liam Neeson in an MCU movie. That would be fantastic. So, yeah, that's who I would say. Now, MC Deadpool, thank you for the questions. Those are MC Deadpool's questions. Thank you once again, sir, for the questions. I appreciate it. All right. So who is next on the list? The list of Jericho. Not the list of Jericho. No, this is the list of. Okay. Since he's in the chat too, let's do CA Cougar's question. CA Cougar has a total of 5 questions for me. So let's go ahead and do him next. For this list. Since he's in the live chat. Question number 1. What is the most overrated song of all time? Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses. I hate that song. It's terrible. I don't care what anybody says. I don't like it. If you like it, that's fine. Not going to, judge you or anything or, tell you, you're wrong or anything. But me, I hate the song. The guitar riff is okay at best. Axl Rose sings like he's gargling marbles down his throat. Just, the song's not good. I don't get why so many people love that song. It's fine. It's not good. It's terrible. I hate the song. And pretty much a lot of Guns N' Roses discography, because they're like the most overrated band of all time. So yeah, that's what I would go with. Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses. Awful song. Okay, if you had to choose between Daisy Ridley and Emilia Clarke, which one would you choose? I would choose Daisy Ridley because she is my celebrity crush and all that, so I would choose her. But Emilia Clarke is still great and everything, but I would choose Daisy Ridley because she's just slightly because she's my celebrity crush and stuff like that. So that's who I would go with. And Andrew, she is mine. Yeah, it's an inside joke. So, yeah. All right, so let's go on to his next question. All right, his next question. You are right, MC Deadpool. You are right. Now, all right, on to the next question. All right, the next question is, what is your favorite and least favorite MCU movie? As of right now, I think Infinity War might be my favorite MCU movie. Just maybe it might just be my favorite MCU film. I think that might be honestly my favorite MCU film. Just the movie left me speechless. It just left me, completely in awe. Just of how great it was. Honestly, there was no other movie that in the MCU that really left me with such an awe and a presence like that film. Anyone that's come close to it would be the Avengers, the first one. Honestly, I think that one would be next to it, to be honest. So yeah, and our least favorite, Iron Man 2. This is the only MCU film I don't like per se. I don't hate it. I don't think it's a bad movie, but it's very bland. It really doesn't add much to it, to be honest with you. I think it has the worst MCU villain with Whiplash. I don't think he's a good villain at all. Mickey Rourke, I don't know what the hell he was doing. Same goes with Sam Rockwell. Just the movie felt like a complete mess to me. And it just wasn't good. I know a lot of people say Thor: The Dark World, but I personally like that movie, and I think it's like 1,000 times better than Iron Man 2. At least Thor: Dark World at least had somewhat of an interesting story going on. With Iron Man 2, I just really didn't feel anything with it, to be honest with you. I really did not feel anything with Iron Man 2. So that's what I would say for Iron Man 2. I would go with that as my weakest. What are some bands that everyone loves that you can't stand? I think I kind of already spoiled it already, but Guns N' Roses, I can't stand them. I think they are the most overrated band of all time. They're not good to me. I really don't like them. I've tried so many times to try to sit down and listen to them and try to listen to their music, but I can't. Their music sucks to me. It just, I've got no problem with people that like their music. It's just I'm not the hugest fan of it. Same goes with Slayer is fine. They have some good songs here and there, but I don't necessarily love them as much as many other people do. The Smiths are fine. The Cure's way better, but the Smiths are okay. I thought they're fine, I guess. I guess those would be my choices. I don't really know any other bands that like people love that I don't like, because I seem to love a lot of the bands that people do love, honestly. So I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing, but but I really don't know any others, to be honest. But those would probably be maybe the three I would go with, probably. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's look at the live chat. Let's see. Look at the live chat real quick. You be quiet. Tool and the White, especially the White Stripes, are great. Okay. Now, and you'll be quiet, Victor. 9 Inch Nails is great. All right. Now, I'm only kidding, but well, I'm not kidding that they're great. I'm just kidding. You get the point. Okay, you get the point. All right. Let's see. And his last question was: would you rather watch the worst movie you've ever seen again, or listen to the worst song you've ever heard again? The worst song, and let me explain why. With movie, it's longer. With the song, it's shorter. So there you go. That's the reason why I would choose it, because with the song, it's short. Would it be torture to listen to? Absolutely. But at least it gets done faster than rewatching your worst movie of all time again. There you go. All right, so there's the questions. There is CA Cougar's questions. Thank you, Mr. Cougar, for the questions. I appreciate them. I appreciate answering these questions. So thank you, Mr. CA Cougar, for the questions. All right. So all right, who are we gonna do next? All right, let's do this guy next. Let's do Kevin Price. Kevin Price, he's got a couple questions for us here. All right, question number 1. Least favorite musician working today? I don't really like a lot of those trap rappers that are out now, honestly. And I don't hate rap. I actually quite like a little some rap music. I like pretty much any genre of music. I think you can find good in any genre of music. But lately, like these trap rappers, eesh, really not that great. Honestly, a lot of them are really not that good, in my opinion. Of course, I just don't really enjoy them. I really don't enjoy a lot of their music. Honestly, I just think they're not good, and I find a lot of the songs that they make to be unbearable to listen to. But that's just me. Of course, if you enjoy it, that's fine. I don't care. You know, it's what you like. So yeah, but just for me personally, I really don't enjoy like these trap rapper music and stuff like that. It's just not good. Oh boy. Lil Jon is great, okay? Like, yeah, okay, like that. I love that guy. He is awesome. All right, so all right, what's next? Favorite video game. Favorite video game, Uncharted 4. A Thief's End. I could say the whole Uncharted series as a whole, but Uncharted, Uncharted for A Thief's End is pretty much my favorite game of all time. He is great. I love that game a lot. Has incredible gameplay. The best storytelling I think I've ever seen for a video game, to be honest with you. It makes you feel like you are playing like an interactive movie more than you are so playing a video game. Honestly, it really does. It makes you feel like you are playing an interactive movie more or less than a video game itself. So I think I would go with that. Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. All right, next. Least favorite Christopher Nolan film. I will admit there are still a couple I have to see from him, but as of right now, Insomnia. Now, that is not to say Insomnia is a bad movie. Insomnia is actually really good. I actually really like Insomnia a lot, but if I had to pick my least favorite from him, I would go with Insomnia. I think it's a really good movie, but I think out of the ones in his filmography, it's kind of the least best one, if you know what I mean, like the least best. Not necessarily the worst, but the least best. Who is your celebrity crush? I kind of said this already. Daisy Ridley. That's probably who's my celebrity crush. Worst theater experience. I made a whole video actually a couple years back about my worst theater experiences. It was quite the interesting video, I would say. There are lots of bad theater experiences that I've had, but if I had to go with one really bad theater experience, it was with Finding Dory. There were so many people just being loud and obnoxious. Someone was even FaceTiming someone during the movie. It was just not a good night. All of us hated it. Like, we didn't hate the movie. Like, we all enjoyed the film, but the theater experience, we all hated the theater experience. It was just awful, the theater experience, honestly. I really thought the theater experience was the worst theater experience I'd ever had for any film, to be honest. It was terrible, I tell you. Terrible. All right, let's see here. Let's see. I'm looking through the comments here, seeing what they're doing here. All right, cool. All right, so we got, all right, so now let's move on to the next question. Do you watch South Park? And if so, what is your favorite episode? I don't watch it all the time, but I do enjoy the stuff that I have seen from South Park. And my favorite episode, and Jerome was going to actually agree with me on this, when Cartman enters the Special Olympics. It is literally one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen in my entire life. That episode is hilarious. I love that episode so much. Like, it is so genius. Like, Cartman decides he's going to enter the Special Olympics, and it's just hilarious. I love that episode so much. The Scientology episode is great too. That episode is hilarious as well. I love that episode as well. But yeah, I do like South Park, and I would say probably my favorite episode is when Cartman enters the Special Olympics. That is probably my favorite episode of the whole series. All right, so what is next? Do you like milkshakes? Absolutely. Milkshakes are delicious. Funny enough that you say that, because earlier today I actually went out with my grandma and my cousin, and we got like burgers and milkshakes and stuff like that. So it was quite funny that you bring up that as a question and whatever. But yes, I do. My favorite is vanilla. I love a good vanilla milkshake because, you know, that crap is good. All right. Your favorite video you've ever done? My personal favorite video, the Independence Day Resurgence one. That is the greatest video I have ever done on this channel, in my personal opinion, of course. That is the greatest video I have ever done. It is amazing. I love that video so much. It showed me at my funniest, at my, you know, just losing it at my best. It was great. I love that video so much. A lot of people, really regard that as my best video, and I can't argue with them on that, because it really honestly is. Like, the video is like pure perfection. Honestly, it's the most perfection I'll ever get with the YouTube video, to be honest with you. It is amazing. Like, I love that video so much. I will cherish that video to the day I die, because it is the greatest video I have ever done. Honestly, in my personal opinion, of course. It is an amazing video. If you've never, listen, if you're a new subscriber and if you've never seen my Independence Day Resurgence review, you need to go and see it, because it is, without question, the best review I have ever done. So yeah, that would probably be my choice for my favorite video I've done. So yeah, that would be mine. Just looking through the comments one more time, because I like looking through the comments. All right, so next question is your least favorite video you've done. I don't know if many people have seen this video, but my review for Friday the 13th, the original, is pretty awful to watch. Literally, I say I really like the movie, yet I only talk about 2 things I liked about the film, and I talk about like just a bunch of things I didn't like about it, and then I just go like, oh, I really liked it, B+. It's not great. It's not a great review. It really is not. It's actually pretty bad, honestly, that review. I'm really not that proud of it. It's like literally probably the least favorite video I've done. The Suicide Squad review is pretty up there too, because of how I feel about the movie now and how I wasn't proud of myself to really process my thoughts and stuff like that. So yeah, that one I would also say that one as well. Okay, so that was that question. Favorite movie composer? John Williams, probably. John Williams is probably my choice for that. He has made some of the greatest scores of all time. The dude is an absolute legend. Legend, I tell you. The man is an absolute legend, and he is easily my favorite composer for films, honestly. The dude is amazing at what he does, and I absolutely love his work. And he's easily my favorite composer for films, honestly. The dude is phenomenal. So I would go with him. Another one I would go with would be Hans Zimmer, because that dude's made some great stuff too. All right, and lastly, least favorite music genre. I don't know if I really have one, to be honest, because like I said, I listen to pretty much everything. I like a lot of music, honestly, and I have no limitations when it comes to music, honestly. I like a lot of things. I think there is good in every genre, to be honest. There is a sparkle of good in every genre, in my opinion. And I really love a lot of stuff in a lot of genres. So I really don't have a least favorite, to be honest, because I love a lot of things in a lot of genres, and I do listen to a lot of music. So I really don't think I have a least favorite music genre. So that was his questions. Thank you, Kevin Price, for your questions. I appreciate them, and I appreciate answering them. So the next set of questions I'm going to go through are from your boy, Mr. Garrison. Mr. Garrison sent in a total of 8 questions, and we're going to answer them here on the Q&A right now. All right. If you wrestled Jeff Hardy in a match, what type of match would it be? A TLC match. What other match would I want to wrestle my favorite wrestler in, honestly, other than a TLC match? I would love to fight Jeff Hardy in a TLC match. Like, if I ever did go through with my, or other profession of becoming a professional wrestler, my ultimate dream match would have been against Jeff Hardy in a TLC match. Like, that would have just been the ultimate dream match for me, and the ultimate just match, honestly. Like, I would have loved to have done that. If I did go through with my profession of becoming a professional wrestler, that would have been my ultimate dream match, is fighting Jeff Hardy in a TLC match, because just what the dude has done for that matchup, and it's my favorite stipulation, favorite match type, honestly, and he's the main reason of that. So yeah, so that's what I would choose. If I did wrestle Jeff Hardy, I would fight him in a TLC match. Number 2, will you marry me? Sure. Why not, Gary? Want to set the wedding next week? Sure, let's do that. All right, number 3, minus Nirvana, who are also your favorite bands in the genre of grunge? Besides Nirvana, Soundgarden is actually my favorite grunge band besides Nirvana. I think Soundgarden has made some incredible music. Chris Cornell is one of the greatest vocalists to ever, like, pick up a microphone, honestly. I really love a lot of their stuff. Same goes with Alice in Chains. Alice in Chains is another good one. I love their stuff. Pearl Jam is another great example. Bush, Sonic Youth. There's just a lot of great bands in the genre of grunge. And, Stone Temple Pilots. There's a lot of great bands in the genre of grunge. And it's my personal favorite genre for rock, honestly. Up there with, like, punk and alternative. Like, those are just, like, my 3 favorites. And, like, a lot of those bands I just mentioned really defined the grunge genre for me, honestly. I really do enjoy those bands a lot. I'm going to take a sip of water because my throat's kind of getting a little bit dry. Hold on. There we go. All right, so that would be my answer to that. All right, next answer. Next question. What superhero do you hate with a passion? I really don't like Robin. Like, the sidekick and whatever, like, just really Robin is not that great of a character to me. Like, I always found it to be silly and really not that great of a comic book character. I did like him in Teen Titans, like the original Teen Titans show. That's like the best I've ever seen of an incarnation of the character, to be honest with you. But I never really could stand the character beyond that, to be honest with you. I really thought the character was just kind of okay, to be honest with you. So, yeah, he's not really that great in my opinion. That's who I would choose for that. All right, is there a particular villain you want to see a film surrounding? I always thought it would be cool if they did a Darth Vader movie, but yeah, probably maybe I would go with that, but yeah, that's probably what I would go with, the Darth Vader film. Are you never going to give me up? Never going to let me down? I'm never going to give you up and desert you, or however the frick the song goes. Great song, though. I love that song a lot. Next question. Can you grow a beard, please? I'm trying. It's not much, but I'm trying. May I please touch your face gently? That sounds creepy, so no. Thank you, Garrison, for the questions. I appreciate your questions, sir. So, yeah, oh boy, that sounded rude. But yeah. Okay, so let's see. Looking through here. All right, I'm looking through the questions again, just seeing like who said something. All right, cool. All right, cool. If he grows to be here, you look like one of the Bee Gees. You goddamn right, I probably would. So yeah. All right. So next questions. Next set of questions on the thingamajig. Let's see. Who are we gonna do next for this? Who are we gonna do next? I'm looking through here. Let's see. Who are we gonna do next? You know what? Since Alkinson Super is here, let's do his questions next. Let's do your boy Alkinson Super's questions next. Let's do your questions next, sir, since you are here. All right. When did you start getting into superheroes and how? My first exposure to superheroes will kind of not like the same with everyone else. My first exposure to superheroes was actually with Power Rangers and Ninja Storm. That was my first exposure to any type of superhero, honestly. And I really still love that series to this day. I love the whole mythos of Power Rangers still to this day. I don't care if I'm almost, if, I don't care, honestly, if I'm like almost about to be 19. I don't care. I love the Power Rangers still to this day. And, there's still something. They're like one of the main things I still hold cherished to my heart from my childhood because I just have so many great memories with them. And I do have great memories with Power Rangers Ninja Storm. And it was my first exposure to, Power Rangers and to superheroes in general. Yeah, yes, Victor, Ninja Storm, Ranger 4. Ha! Yes, my man, yes. But yeah, those were my first exposure to superheroes, honestly. And my first exposure to like Marvel and DC superheroes, my first exposures to like those type of heroes was with X-Men 2. I still love that movie to this day. So that was my first exposure to those type of heroes. But my overall first experience with superheroes was with Power Rangers Ninja Storm. All right. Looking through the years, what do you think has changed the most about you as a reviewer? What's changed the most about me as a reviewer? I think a lot of my just presentation, honestly, I think has changed a lot. I think I'm a lot more fluid and a lot more precise about my videos. I'm really much more constructive with my videos and stuff like that. I think that's what has changed over the years with me being a reviewer and stuff. I think towards the end of 2015, going into 16 is when I really started hitting my peak with my reviews, and that's when I think they were really starting to hit their high point. And from then on, that's when I think I was becoming really something, something that I could become great at, honestly, because I 2013 to 14 wasn't necessarily the greatest year, but 2015 was starting to improve a little bit more. But once I got to the end of 2015 and going into 2016, that's when I think I just skyrocketed and I just found what I needed. And, from then on, I think I've really have become the reviewer I think I was set out to be honest with you. And that's why I think I've taken away from the most of developing myself as a reviewer. I think that's what has changed throughout the years of me being a reviewer and stuff. All right, question number 3. A movie you plan to see in theaters but never got time to. Jurassic World. Actually, I still haven't seen it. Well, as of doing this live stream, I still haven't seen it, but I was actually supposed to see that in theaters, but I never got the chance to, and I still haven't seen it. To this day, I still haven't seen Jurassic World, and I hear it's really not that great anyway, so I'm kind of really not missing out all that much. So, yeah. I'm not sure if this is too personal or not, but what do you think about school? Not really. School is, it's fine, I guess. I will say on this stream, I am homeschooled. That I don't actually go to public school. I am actually homeschooled. And it's actually pretty cool, honestly. Like, it's much easier, actually. It's actually much easier with me balancing that out with my videos, honestly. Like, being homeschooled actually helped a lot with balancing out both my videos and my schoolwork. So that actually works out for me, at least. And this is actually my last year at school. So I graduate next month, I believe. So yeah, that should be quite exciting. So yeah, school is, it does have its favors of, not getting in the way of my videos and stuff like that, because, I can both focus on my schoolwork and my videos because it doesn't like take up any of that. So I will say there is a very, very big positive in being homeschooled and being able to do videos and stuff like that. So there you go. Yeah. All right. So what's the next question? What do you think about Michael Douglas? Oh, no, wait, that was not the next question. I'm like going a little bit forward. Have you ever played an instrument? And 5B, he like added this as like an extra question to that. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Okay, no, Patrick, mayonnaise is not an instrument. Horseradish isn't an instrument either. All right. So now do I play any instruments? I used to play the trumpet and the trombone, and when I did go to the public school, I did play those in band and stuff like that. I was really good at the trombone, actually. I was actually really good at the trombone, actually. I actually did very well with the trombone. And then I started taking guitar lessons about a year ago and stuff like that. And I don't know, as of late, I haven't really picked up on getting back into it and stuff like that, but I definitely should at some point because I did enjoy myself when I did play it. Okay, question 6. What's your favorite black and white movie? Probably Psycho. I really love Psycho a lot. It's probably it's like in my top 5 favorite horror films of all time. I think that movie is incredible. And that's probably my favorite black and white film. Let's see. Now on to this question. What do you think about Michael Douglas? He's an amazing actor, if you ask me. He is actually an amazing actor. I do quite enjoy Michael Douglas a lot. I do think he's a fantastic actor. Wall Street. Go watch that, and I will show you that Michael Douglas is a fantastic actor. So there you go. Which would you rather watch again? Batman or Robin or The Human Centipede 3? Oh, man, my 2 worst films of all time. My literal 2. Tied for my number 1. I'll say The Human Centipede 3 because at least that movie did not ruin an entire character and literally ruined an entire character to the point where they didn't want to make another movie about him. Like, they were so skeptical about making another movie with them that, like, literally, when, Christopher Nolan was asked to make Batman Begins, they were so skeptical about making another Batman movie because that's how bad Batman and Robin was. Oh, man. What's your personal favorite review? Already answered this. Independence Day Resurgence. Do you still read comics? Not as much, honestly. I don't really read comics all too much, really. Hold on. Okay, there we go. But comics, I don't really read them too much. The only time I think I really do read them, honestly, is with The Punisher. The Punisher is my favorite comic book character of all time. And, I do think he is awesome. And that's probably the only the comic book character that I do enjoy. It was nothing. Just my mom was pulling in. She was like blasting music. And I just didn't want that in the live stream. That was it. It was nothing much. All right. So, all right, which live stream did you have the most fun doing? Okay, clarify this a little bit. A stream that I did or just a stream I was a part of? Clarify that real quick in the comments. Alkinson Super. Okay, just clear that up real quick, Alkinson Super, if you're still there. You did. Okay, that I did. Probably any of the top 5 best summer videos with Jerome, like any of those 2 streams. Like, I love both of those streams a lot. That's probably the ones I love the most. I think those are great. We've had some great moments, especially like when we argued about Spider-Man, Wonder Woman. That was like a great moment in there. So I would probably go with those live streams because I really did enjoy those live streams a lot. So that was probably the best live streams that I've done personally, were those top 5 best and worst summer videos that we did. So yeah. Favorite musician working today? In terms of current ones. I'll probably go with either Harry Styles or Kendrick Lamar. I think both of those guys are very talented at what they do. Kendrick Lamar is arguably the best rapper in the game right now, and I think he's really fantastic. I really love his work a lot. Harry Styles has really come into his own after breaking up with One Direction and stuff like that, and his solo album is amazing. If you haven't listened to it, please go out and listen to it. It is quite something special. It actually turns a year old today, so that's pretty cool. So go out and listen to it. It's actually quite fantastic, and it shows that he's just much more than just a guy that was in a boy band. So yeah, those are probably the 2 I would go with. Most disappointing movie ever. Spider-Man 3. One of the worst pile of craps ever made. Yeah, that movie did not live up to any of my expectations that I wanted even as a toddler. Well, not necessarily a toddler, but little still. I was 8. But 7 technically. It was like a couple weeks before I turned 8. But you get the point. Really disappointing. That disappointed me more than anything, to be honest with you. I was really looking forward to that movie. That was like one of my most anticipated movies of all time, to be honest with you. And that movie just was a big old disappointer. And yes, Spider-Man 3 is worse than The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Listen, we all have different opinions, but I will never get why people think The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is worse than Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 is literally one of the biggest piles of crap ever made. So, yeah. All right. Next up. What would be the most ridiculous movie to remake? Matrix. Never remake The Matrix. That is the one movie I never want to see be remade. Never remake The Matrix, because you can never recreate what that movie did. That movie was revolutionary on every standard, and please just never touch it. Leave it be. The original is great for a reason. Please never touch it. Leave it be. There you go. So that will be mine. And lastly, doing an impersonation of your favorite actor. All right, here we go. I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you. There you go. That's the best I can do with him. All right, so that was good old Alkison Supers questions. Now, to get into the next questions. This is from the boy Jackson Fulcher, my buddy, my boy Jackson Fulcher. I think he's in the live chat. So we're gonna do your questions next, good sir. All right. Here you go, sir. Are you ready for your questions to be answered, my good man? Yeah. Yes, he is here. He is ready. Okay, so here we go. Question number 1. Have you ever fallen asleep during a movie? If so, which one or ones? Okay, there's been a couple times where I've fallen asleep during a film, like just watching on my own. But the funnier thing is I have fallen asleep during films in the theater. Not recently, but a long time ago I did. I'll tell you which 3 of those movies were. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, Pirates of the Caribbean, World's End, and the Wolfman remake with, no, not Harvey R. Bardem, Benicio del Toro. There we go. Those 3 movies, I actually fell asleep in the theater while watching because I was so bored while watching both of those movies. They were just not good. Like, I really thought, they were not good movies. All 3 of them were not good. And I fell asleep during all of them. So, yeah, those ones I did fall asleep during in the theater, actually. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, am I your BFFFFB, EB, okay? Best effing bro for effing ever, bro. Answer this or I cry. I'm not going to answer this, so I'm going to let you cry. No, yes, you are my boy. You're my boy, Jackson Fulcher. There you go. Yeah, you're my boy, so there we go. Is this the best Q&A ever or no? Dog emoji. That's an inside joke. But maybe. Who knows? Maybe. Just maybe. 4. How's your day? My day has been good, sir. I think today has been good. It's been, really good. It's the day before my birthday. I'm really excited for that. I can't wait for my birthday. That's going to be amazing. I can't wait for that. Yeah, today has been pretty good, I would say. And lastly, as last questions. When will we talk on Skype for over 10 plus hours? Someday, my friend. Someday we will. All right, so there we go. That is Jackson Fulcher's questions for this Q&A. Thank you, Mr. Jackson Fulcher, for the questions, good sir. Alrighty, let's see here. Who shall we do next? We got some choices here. Who shall we do next? Let's do, since he's also in the chat, let's do Danny Z. Danny Z, I think he's still in the chat, I think. So let's go ahead and do him next. Question 1. What's the first movie you remember seeing in theaters? The first movie I remember seeing in theaters, I think the original Spider-Man. I think that's the first movie I ever remember really seeing in the theater, to be honest with you. Going back to Spider-Man again. I think, that is the first movie I really ever saw in theaters, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'll think I'll go with that. Yeah, Spider-Man. I think that is the first ever movie I really remember seeing in theaters. All right, question number 2. Which episode of SpongeBob is your favorite? I love Bang Geeks. Bang Geeks is easily my favorite SpongeBob episode of all time. It's one of my favorite television episodes of all time. That episode is just pure perfection in every way. I love that episode so much. It has some of the most quotable lines, like we mentioned earlier, the mayonnaise line, just kicking. I want to do some kicking. Like, it's great. Like, I love that episode a lot. It is easily my favorite SpongeBob episode. It is one of my favorite television episodes of all time. And yes, sweet, sweet victory. Indeed, my good friend. Indeed. All right. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Yeah, there we go. All right. What is next from the questions from the Z-Man himself? All right. What's your most hated song of all time? Baby by Justin Bieber. I hate that song with a burning passion. Still is the worst song I've ever heard in my entire life to this day. I have not found a song that is worse than that song, honestly. And it constantly got played at my school, on the radio, just everywhere. And I just wanted to beat the holy hell out of myself because I had to hear that song everywhere. So yeah, that would be my choice for that. If you were visiting any other countries, have you visited any other countries? If so, where? I have not. I have not visited any other countries. Honestly, I would love to watch that. I've already seen that. That's garbage as well. But if I were to visit some countries, I would love to go to Italy. That's like my number one on my list. I want to go to Italy. Japan is another one that I would love to go to. And of course, New Zealand, Australia, those are another ones I would love to go to. So yeah, I would love to go to other countries. I think that'd be pretty cool to just visit other countries and stuff like that. I think that would be pretty sweet. All right, next question. Which movie characters / franchises would you love to see cross over? I would love to see Star Wars and Marvel. That'd be the ultimate crossover for me. Star Wars and Marvel somehow crossing over together. You know what I mean? It would be great to see those two franchises cross over together and have one big old epic, orgasmic crossover. I think that would be pretty epic in my opinion. I would literally love to see that a lot. So that would be my ultimate crossover. And lastly, do you want to have any children when you're older? Yes, I do. I have always wanted to be a father basically my whole life. I've always wanted to, I like the idea of having your own children, starting your own family and stuff like that. And I think that's a great thing. Honestly, I've always wanted to be a father ever since, ever since I was little, to be honest. I've always wanted to be one because, I don't know, like I've always liked the idea of just, raising your own family and stuff like that. And totally, I would love to, honestly, I would love to be a father and, have my own children and stuff like that. So, yeah, I totally would when I'm older. So, there is the questions going to be for Danny Z. Thank you, Danny Z, for those questions. I appreciate the questions, my good sir. And, yeah. All right. So who is next? Who shall we do next? Who shall we do next? Who shall we do next? That sounds really wrong. Why am I keep on repeating it that way? Let's do Daniel Russman. Speaking of Danny's, let's do Daniel Russman. Let's do him next. Let's see what he's got for me. All right. First question is what's your favorite scene in The Cat in the Hat? Easy like Sunday More. One of the most unintentionally funny, hilarious scenes. No, either that or Universal Studios. Cha-ching! Like either one of those two. Greatness. Okay, greatness. Those two scenes. The greatest scenes in cinematic history. All right. Is Toy Story 4 still your most anticipated film of 2019, or is it now Avengers 4 after seeing Infinity War? Avengers 4 is definitely high up there for me in terms of anticipation, but I will say, yes, Toy Story 4 is still my most anticipated movie of 2019. Listen, yes, they should have stopped after 3, but I will be damned if I wasn't excited for this, considering that basically the 3 movies are almost unanimously could be my favorite movies of all time, to be honest with you. Just no other trilogy, in my opinion, is more pure perfection than the Toy Story trilogy, so I would be damned if I wouldn't say I was not excited for it, and it was my most anticipated movie of 2019. All right, question number 3. Jeff Hardy's best WWE match. All right, if we're going to go with his tag team run, him and Matt versus Edge and Christian Dudley Boys in the TLC match from WrestleMania 17. That is, in my opinion, the greatest tag team match of all time. And it is a match I could easily watch over and over and over again. And if we're going to talk about a singles run, him versus Edge versus Triple H in the triple threat match for the WWE Championship, where he won the title for the first time. That is one of the most epic, triple threat matches I've ever seen in my entire life. I think that triple threat match is awesome. I love that matchup so much, and him winning the title for the very first time was very emotional for me to see, and I think it was really great. So that would be for me for his singles run. So there is that. Most underrated wrestlers of all time. John Morrison is up there. Kofi Kingston, Neville, Mr. Kennedy is up there. Who else would I say is very underrated? Even R-Truth. R-Truth doesn't get too much love, honestly. That guy's awesome. Goldust is pretty underrated. Christian. Like, there's really a lot of underrated wrestlers, and I think I just gave out a lot. Cesaro's another good one. So, yeah, those would probably be my answers for that. So, yeah. Thoughts on Fifth Harmony and Color B? I haven't really listened to both of those people's music. But I don't know. I really don't have an opinion on either one because I never really listened to their music. So yeah. Do you like John Cena, hate John Cena, or are you in between with him? Here's the thing. John Cena in the ring, I really don't think... Here's the thing. Anything outside of wrestling, I like him in. Like, here's the thing with him. Like, anything outside of wrestling, I like him in. Like, I think he's been actually... No, he's not the greatest actor in the world, but he's actually been improving. I liked him in, like, Blockers. And, even though I didn't like Trainwreck, he was, like, my favorite thing about that movie. I do enjoy some of the other stuff that he's done. And whatever, he's just a fun personality outside of the ring. It's just inside the ring, he's just not that great. He really can't wrestle all that well, in my opinion. I don't think he's really that great of a wrestler, to be honest with him. So, yeah, I would pretty much say that. I'll say it's an in-between thing. I'll say that. Favorite version of Power Rangers. Oh, no, wait, that's the top 10 favorite Nickelodeon shows. I don't know if I have a top 10, but I'll say these off the top of my head. Drake and Josh. Okay, if we're talking live action shows, Drake and Josh, iCarly, Zoe 101. Victorious was great. The Amanda Show was great. What else? What else can I say? Ned's Declassified was great. Those are the ones I could come up with the off the top of my head. If we're talking cartoons, SpongeBob, Avatar, Fairy Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, Cat Dog, Ren Stimpy. Like, there's a lot of great shows that Nickelodeon has done. Honestly, I really do. There's a lot of shows that Nickelodeon has done, both live action and cartoon, that are phenomenal in my opinion. Do you have a favorite version of Power Rangers? Mine is Dino Thunder. That's actually my second favorite, so not too far away from me. But like I said before, I love Power Rangers Ninja Storm. I mentioned this earlier. That is easily my favorite season of Power Rangers. It has always been, and probably will forever will be my favorite season of Power Rangers. So yeah, that is my choice for my favorite Power Rangers season. Power Rangers Ninja Storm. All right. Okay. Let's see. What's the last question? Okay, last question. Have you ever been to any WWE events? Yes. 3, actually. I've been to a total of 3 WWE events in my life. 2 SmackDowns and 1 Raw. They were both, all 3 times were really great. I loved enjoying it. I loved the atmosphere that was with it. It was great. It was great to be with the live crowd, witnessing the action that was going on in the ring. It was an awesome time. I loved being in that event for WWE. So there you go. All right. So that was his questions. Thank you, Daniel Westman, for the questions. I gladly appreciate it. All right. So who shall we do next? Let's go ahead and let's do Victor Delavilla. Listen, you can roast me for how I pronounced your last name in the live chat. You can go ahead, sir, for that. But we're about to answer your questions next. So here we go. All right. So he said, happy day before your birthday. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Okay. So question number 1. Favorite MCU film? I kind of already said this already. I said it's either Avengers Infinity War or the first Avengers. Either one of those 2 are probably my favorite. Question number 2. Are you looking forward to the upcoming Marvel shows, Cloak and Dagger, and Luke Cage Season 2? Cloak and Dagger looks pretty cool. I think those shows look pretty interesting. In my opinion, Luke Cage, I wasn't the hugest fan of Season 1, but who knows, maybe Season 2 could be good. So I do have some curiosities in both of those shows. All right, question number 3. Have you seen Legion? Though I have not, but I do want to see that show really badly. I hear some really great things about the show, and there are some things I do really want to check out with that show and whatever. So, yeah, I do have very big interest in the show. I do want to check out very soon. Favorite WWE video game? My personal favorite WWE video game is SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. SmackDown Shut Your Mouth has always been my favorite WWE game. I just have so many awesome memories with that game and whatever. It's just a really cool game to play. Here Comes the Pain, like Jerome just mentioned. That's another great one. SmackDown versus Raw 2008 and 9 are great in my opinion as well. WWE 12 is awesome. WWE 2K14, 16, and 18 are awesome too. So yeah, there's a lot of WWE games that I really do love a lot. So those are probably the ones I do enjoy the most. Favorite Power Ranger season, already answered this, but once again, Ninja Storm. What do you think of Hasbro buying the Power Rangers franchise from Saban? That is quite interesting. That was quite something. I did not expect them to buy out WWE 2K. Why am I saying WWE 2K? Oh, because I read that. But no, Hasbro buying Saban, buying Power Rangers is very interesting to me. So what are they going to do now? Like, mix them up with like G.I. Joe and Transformers and stuff like that. So I am quite interested to see what Hasbro will do with the Power Rangers now that they have the rights to, Power Rangers. So yeah. What moment in Infinity War hit you the hardest? I don't want to spoil it just in case if anybody hasn't seen the film yet, but I'll just say this. The ending. That's all I'm going to say. Nothing more, nothing less. That is the moment in the film that hit me the most. The ending. There you go. All right, what do you think of Better Call Saul? I did watch it a little bit, but I haven't caught up on it in a very, very long time. But I did like what I saw from the show and whatever, but I definitely haven't caught up on it in a very long time. So I can't really give an opinion towards now, but I did like what I saw from the show when I did watch it and whatever. All right. There we go. All right. Stay. The water. Favorite X-Men film? Logan. Logan is probably my favorite X-Men movie. That just really got deep into the character of course, Logan, Wolverine, and stuff. And I think it's an overall phenomenal film. It was literally like my number 3 best film of last year. It's an overall amazing film. If you haven't seen it yet, you definitely should see it because it is absolutely phenomenal. What was your favorite review that you've ever done? Like I said, the Independence Day Resurgence one. Favorite moment from Batman and Robin. When it ended. That was my favorite moment from Batman and Robin. When the film ended. Favorite movie from Nolan. As cliche as this is, The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight is easily my favorite movie from Nolan. I love that movie a lot. It is one of my favorite films of all time. I love The Dark Knight a lot. It is such an incredible movie, in my opinion. It really is. It really changed the game for superhero films a lot and just started something incredible. And I love it so much. It is easily my favorite superhero film of all time. It is easily my favorite Nolan film. Favorite Disney animated film. The Lion King. The Lion King. The Lion King, easily, honestly. The Lion King is easily my favorite Disney animated film of all time. I think it's a really phenomenal movie. I love, that is one of the most epic intros of all time to any film. The Nasabenya, it's amazing. I love it so much, and it really starts off the film really well. The animation is incredible. The voice acting is great. It's an overall just incredible film. And if you have somehow never seen it before, what are you doing with your life? Go out and see it. All right. Was the worst movie you've ever seen? Batman and Robin. We already discussed this. What do you think of the possibility of Disney or Comcast buying Fox? That's an interesting thing to turn around on. Yeah, but I think that's interesting. The fact that either Disney or Comcast wants to buy Fox. I think that's really interesting. Honestly, that just I'd be very interested to see what Disney would do if they bought Fox. So yeah. All right, so that was the questions from Victor. Victor, thank you very much for your questions. I really thought they were some good questions, and yeah, I enjoyed answering them. So yeah, that was the set of his questions. Now we move on to, let's go, Billy Robinson. Billy Robinson, my boy. Billy Robinson. Where you at, man? I know you're in the chat here. We're gonna be answering your questions next, my good sir. Here we go. All right, so what non-related channels, non-movie related channels do you watch on YouTube? I watch a lot of wrestling stuff as well. I think a lot of wrestling stuff is great on YouTube. I do watch a lot of wrestling content on YouTube and stuff like that. A lot of music stuff as well. Some gaming stuff here and there, not too much, but I do love some gaming stuff on YouTube as well. So yeah, those were ones I would go with. How would you rank Justin Timberlake's 5 albums? All right, I will go with Man in the Woods as my least favorite, but that's still a really good album. That will go with Justified, his debut album. That will go with the 2020 Experience Part 2, 2020 Experience Part 1, and then Future Sex Love Sounds is the number 1. That's easily his best album in my opinion. What do you think will happen when you get to 1,000? That's going to be quite interesting if we get to 1,000. Holy moly. Imagine that. Imagine when we get to 1,000. We got to do a pretty big celebration for that. All right, we're good. All right, no, just it was something again. Don't worry. What was I? I'll be back in like a couple minutes. I'm back. I'm back, everybody. Hello. How's everybody doing? All right. So where were we? What do I think I'll do for 1,000 subscribers? That's gonna be quite interesting to do, and whatever. I can't wait for that. It will be a big deal when I hit 1,000 subscribers and stuff like that. I think it's going to be a real big deal. I think it's going to be quite cool. I can't wait for that. That's going to be quite awesome and everything. All right, what's his next question? What's your preferred format of listening to music? For me, it's he said digital. But for me, I personally go with digital. I like, having my music like anywhere and everything like that. That's just for me personally. I love digital. I love the fact that, I have to disagree with a lot of people. I feel like having your own music on your phone, stuff like that. Spotify, yes, Spotify is great for that. Having your music wherever you go and stuff like that. Getting to choose whatever artist or album you want to listen to. I think that's my favorite format, honestly, because it just really helps out a lot more than, say, a CD or a vinyl, to be precise, because you can bring a CD, but if that's not the only thing you want to listen to, like, say, but I think digital helps more for, like, if you want to listen to multiple artists, multiple songs, stuff like that. I think it helps a lot more than, say, CD and stuff like that for me personally. So yeah. What's the most recent movie someone spoiled for you? I don't know, really. I haven't really had a movie spoiled for me in a while. So I don't really know, honestly, because I really haven't had a movie spoiled for me in a while. Let's see. What's a controversial movie opinion you have? I have a lot. So I don't know really if I have one per se, to be honest with you. There's a lot that I do have. Really, it's not controversial to say Titanic's an overrated film anymore. I don't know, really, honestly, but I do have a lot. So yeah. Who would you want to star in your own biopic? I would want Chris Pratt to play me. That'd be pretty cool. I think Chris Pratt playing me in a biopic would be pretty awesome. What do you think of Oscar bait? Oscar bait movies are really usually not that great. They're exactly that. Oscar bait movies, just trying to get the Oscar. That's exactly what I think Oscar bait movies are. Just movies that are trying to get Oscars. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. What items do you collect? I like collecting I used to like collecting wrestling belts and stuff like that. That used to be my thing. I used to like collecting a lot. And righty or lefty? I am a righty. I do everything with my right hand. So yeah, I am a righty in that perspective. All right, so that was Billy Robinson's questions. Thank you, sir, for the questions. Oh man, we have 2 more sets of questions from people. And the next one, oh boy, I can't wait to answer these questions. Oh boy, as this boy would say, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The next person that's going to ask us, going to be doing some questions for us, is going to be my good buddy, the Auburn Wanderer, a.k.a. Caden LaPlante. Oh, man, my boy himself. Here we go. I'm actually going to read you the whole thing. Here we go. Another magical Q&A by the Birdman himself. Before I get into my very deep philosophical questions, I must say congratulations. You reached another very important milestone that's very much warms the sheep's heart. Anyways, it is time to ask you some life-changing questions. I love you, buddy. So here we go. All right, what's more of your aesthetic, peanut butter or Mr. Peanut Butter? Mr. Peanut Butter is our Lord and Savior. He is the happiest doggy on the face of the planet. He is the greatest doggy on the face of the planet. He is a good boy. He is Mr. Peanut Butter, and he is the greatest man alive. Nobody can touch him. What song does the Bird family enjoy more? Birds by Coldplay, Birds by Death Grips, or Birds by Migos? I'm gonna say Birds by Coldplay because I'm pretty sure none of my family knows what Death Grips is, and only I think a couple of them know what the Migos are. So let's go with Birds by Coldplay. If chocolate is a vegetable, does that mean soda is a tomato? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, you could drink tomato juice and maybe make that into soda. I don't know. Maybe you could do that. This is where the Q&A is about to go off the bunker. So here we go. So I'm friends with this owl. This is his next question. So I'm friends with this owl. He's very interesting. He told me that cotton candy is his favorite color, but I told him it's just a piece of lettuce. So then told me that I must go on a long journey up the clouds into the dungeon of Rugrats and find out the truth. It was proven to me in this dark, harsh environment that shit was about to get real, and then suddenly a crocodile came out of nowhere and whispered in my ear very gently, "Yes, it's a piece of lettuce," and my journey felt complete. I walked days and days to finally find him in this peaceful sleep. I woke up by blasting Daru Sandstorm through my speakers that have 1,000 watts of 1 billion. I have no idea what that is. Watts of power. After you're done yelling at me for the disturbance, I told him that I was right, but he won't believe me. He said he will only believe me if I found out the opinion from his Lord and Savior, 999. So, good sir, is cotton candy a piece of lettuce? To satisfy your friend the owl's nipples, I will say yes. All right, so all right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how annoyed do you get when I randomly FaceTime you? Let's go with the 9.5 out of 10. Let's go with that. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Usually I don't do stuff like this, but I'll make an exception for this. Is that pussy very Gucci? Let's go with yes on that one. Why do bees have stingers? That's a good question, sir. Why do bees have stingers? Bees have stingers because bees have stingers because bees are very magical creatures. Let's go with that. I see you're wearing a white striped shirt. I was wearing a white stripes video shirt in the thank you video. But I'm confused. Is it just supposed to be white stripes? Why are there red stripes as well? Dun, 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 dun. All right. Question 9. What day is it? Rusev Day. Thank you. And lastly, second to lastly, who's the bigger hoe, me or you? You, obviously. And a bonus question: why is life so spicy? That is a good question. Because life can be a real big pain in the now. Congrats again, you dumb bitch. So there we go. That was his questions. Thank you for the very woke questions, Kyrie Irving. I appreciate it a lot. All right, so let's get back to live chat. Let's see what's going on in the live chat real quick. Let's see here. Oh boy, this is great. All right, so oh Jesus. All right, so that was what was going on in the live chat. All right, so now back to the last set of questions. We have one last set of questions. Here we go, folks. All right, so the last set of questions we have here are from, of course, the man, the myth, the legend himself. The man that's been, I always save the last questions because it's kind of a tradition, so why would I stop the tradition of saving his questions for last? So here we go. My course, my good friend, it is Raining Blood. My good buddy, good friend of mine, real great subscriber, always been a great subscriber since 2014, I believe. And one of my best friends. So the dude's awesome. I love him. He's a great guy. And I always save his questions for last. So here we go. So let's do this. So I'm gonna say his introduction because I did it for Caden. So why wouldn't I do it for him? So here we go. The phenomenal Mr. Money in the Bank Mark Sanders has come to main event WWE fans. Yes, I'm calling you that. Q&A special for the 6th time in a row. Here are his questions. Please read them all the way, my man, and not just the questions themselves. You know how deep I love to go with my questions. Also, these questions are asked with the assumption you are doing this Q&A alone. I am doing this Q&A alone, which I really hope you are, honestly. Okay, so here we go. Here's question. First question. Here we go. Go. Here we go. All right, question number 1. What is the most finishers you've ever kicked out in the WWE game? If you remember, I actually kicked out 5 Skull Crushing finales from the Miz once playing as John Cena in WWE 2K14 because I was playing the King of the Ring mode. I forgot I had infinite finishers on. I mean, I still ended up losing, but I'm still proud of myself for kicking out that many finishers. I've kicked out like 7 finishers, 7 or 8 the last time. I actually played online against someone. This was actually against someone online I played against, and I kicked out like 8 finishers. Like we had a really good back and forth matchup between each other. It was awesome. Probably the best match I ever played online for a WWE game, and I kicked out so many finishers. I did end up losing, unfortunately, but it was a nice back and forth matchup that I loved. How would you book a Mark Sanders versus Jake Hunter, your call based on you, viewed if you were in charge for my WWE 2K Universe series? I know your Q&A is only tonight, but I know that's enough time for you to have a good thinking. I like to imagine it would be the Cody Rhodes versus Kenny Omega in my Universe series. That would be a great feud, honestly. How I book it is okay. So right now, you're the WWE champion. And, okay, no, it's the night you win the WWE championship. I come out to celebrate with you. I clothesline you, I turn heel, and I am bitterly jealous because you got the championship before I did. And that leads into a huge feud between us for the championship from I want to say, this is after WrestleMania. This is actually at WrestleMania. So I want to see this feud lasts from Payback or Backlash or whatever the pay-per-view is, all the way till SummerSlam. I think this would be a nice feud for us to go back and forth between us with for the championship. Like, I win the title at one point, you win it back. It's a nice back and forth feud between us. Like, we had some insane matches, like some good singles matches, and maybe even a TLC match at some point. Maybe that's the last match in the whole shenanigan and whatever. So that would be cool. Maybe that's what I would go with for that. Maybe that's how I would book it. Do you think people are right to give Joss Whedon all the crap for how the Justice League movie turned out? I think they're just giving him crap because of how the first 2 Avengers films were, honestly. I heard a lot of the problems came in actually when he took over. So I do think so, honestly, because I did hear a lot of the production issues did come in once he came in to do the reshoots. So that's why I think probably, yeah. So I do think he kind of deserves it because I do hear when a lot of the problems came in was when he did the reshoots. Since my movie Batman Reborn is just 2 months away, how do you feel about that? I want to completely finished. I want to completely finish it by the end of June next month. That's pretty awesome, you know. If you guys don't know, he's making his own movie called Batman Reborn, the way he did his It's Rain, Blood, and Friends series. So I'm interested to see how he'll turn out with his own Batman movie like that. So I think he'll do pretty well. I can't wait for it personally, and I'm excited to see how it'll turn out. All right, what's the next Okay, I think it's live. Okay, all right. So we might be in luck. Okay, hold on. I am currently on the thingamajig here. Okay, okay. So it's currently live. Okay, so hopefully this comes back. I'm currently on my phone. Is this working? I really hope this is working. Okay, so let me check and see. Is this working? Thank God. Hopefully. Um. Okay. Okay. Did it work again? Okay. Well, did it work again? Did it work again? Okay. Am I not dead yet? Okay. Hold on. Hold on a minute. We might just be able to do this. Okay. Hold on. As we struggle through this together, we're gonna struggle through this together. Okay. God damn it. Okay. As the internet is not coming back on. Well, crap. Um. I hope this is working. Can I like exit out of this and see if it's working? Yes, I'm alive. Yes, I'm alive. Okay, I am alive. Okay. I'm not looking at the live chat right now, and I can't see the questions. So you know what? We're gonna try and answer the questions from here if I can. Okay. As I wait for the internet to get back on the computer, at least. So hopefully this works properly. I think hopefully at least. Um, I hope to God that this is working. Let's see. All right. So yes, I am alive. I'm still here. Okay. Okay. So if I can find a way to get the questions here. All right. All right. So crap. I don't even know if the internet's back on yet. Did it work? Back on? So I could get these questions? This is just going out. This just turned out smoothly. First, I have to. I got interrupted. I have to go do something. Now this is happening. This is just wonderful. This is just great. Let's see. Internet working. Let me see. Off. Turn the camera back on. Uh, Crap. I think it's not working. All right, yeah, it's not really working all that well. Okay, so the internet's a big crap box right now, unfortunately. So we're gonna make do what we have to make do as of right now. Okay, so we're gonna have to make do what we have right now. Okay, so we're alive right now. That's the good thing. This stream is still going at least because I think if I'm at least hooked up to this account, at least it will work. So all right, here's what we're going to have to do. I'm going to have to. Okay, so here's what we will do. As I wait for the internet to get back on, while we're waiting for the internet. Okay, so I will take questions from the live chat while we are waiting for the internet to get back on, so I can get back onto my computer and stuff like that. So, all right. So, have you ever read the Sensational She-Hulk comic? That has to be one that I have never read that comic before. I should check out that comic. I would love to check out the comic and see how it is and stuff like that. But you say it's funny, so I should see how funny that comic is. So we are improvising right now, as you can see. So if you got any questions in the live chat right now, go ahead. Is this still the best Q&A ever or no? It's a great disaster, we'll say that. It did meta before Deadpool did. That's interesting. How do you do many movie reviews? Okay, I'm thinking saying how many movie reviews have I done in 2018? I've done 30. I've done well altogether. I'm not too sure, but you know, in terms of 2018 movies, I've done a total of let's see, 35 in terms of 2018 movies. Um, let's see here.